NanoBanana 2 might be the wildest image update we've had in years, and it should literally make you money. It turns drafts, layouts, and rough ideas into client-ready images you can sell. In this video, I'll show you 10 insane practical use cases with extremely challenging prompts to test its limits. Then I'll pit it against GPT plus the brand new Grok 4.2 and Seedream 5.0 that also dropped in the last couple of weeks to see who actually wins. You're watching What's Next AI. Let's dive in. First, I throw it a boring black and white floor plan and ask for a full interior view. It instantly turns flat drawings into believable furnished rooms, so architects, Airbnb hosts, and real estate agents can show clients the space without hiring an interior designer. This one is really useful. I give NanoBanana 2 a rough game UI design and just say, improve my game's UI in a dark fantasy setting. The result is super impressive. It keeps the layout, but upgrades the visuals like colors, icons, typography, and background into something that actually looks like a shipped screen, turning ugly prototypes into client-ready mock-ups without hiring a separate UI artist. Then I jump outside. I drop in a Google map with a target location and tell NanoBanana 2 to turn it into an anime-style panorama. The result is surprisingly good. It nails Shibuya Crossing and keeps all the buildings, billboards, and landmarks recognizable in anime form. It's another example of Google's search and map brain turning real locations into stylized artwork without losing the actual geography. Now I test pure Google brain on search function. I feed it a list of Pokédex numbers. It builds a perfect grid where every character matches the right entry, and when I cross-check, it's 100% correct. This is a super powerful upgrade for any image that has to stay accurate to real, factual data from online sources. From there, I scale it up to whole cities and test its localization capability. I ask NanoBanana 2 for the same grocery store aisle in Tokyo, Paris, Seoul, and LA. It localizes everything, from signage to the actual groceries and drinks on the shelves, so you get the same scene adapted to each city's vibe, which is incredibly useful for global-facing visuals that need real cultural understanding. This one is fun and practical. I give NanoBanana 2 an unfinished comic page and tell it to turn the draft into a colored manga. It cleans up the line work, fills in the panels, adds color, and locks everything into one coherent style, saving a huge amount of production time for comic artists, storyboarders, and game writers. Here I go, full art director with a complicated prompt that reads like a Nike-style creative brief. Typography mask, strict color palette, lighting direction, subject logic. NanoBanana 2 doesn't just spit out a random shoe ad. The poster actually looks amazing and follows the brief point by point, letting agencies save huge amounts of time and resources by generating polished concept posters. Then I switch to a more playful product shot. I try to create a Starbucks-style ad just from a text prompt, mixing a coffee cup, pastry, and hand-drawn doodles. NanoBanana 2 turns that description into a professional-looking product shot with playful illustrated overlays. The kind of mixed media ad you'd normally need both a photographer and a designer for, but now a marketer can prototype it in seconds. Many people test facial expressions with NanoBanana 2, but here I push it further by uploading a single selfie and asking for a 3D cartoon sticker pack with 12 emotions. NanoBanana 2 keeps the essence of the face while changing poses and expressions in a super cute, on-brand way. Now I give it a challenging motion reference test. I start with a simple stick figure sketch plus 2 character images and ask NanoBanana 2 to match those poses inside a retro fighting game style scene. It reads the motion from the sketch, keeps the characters on model, and builds a full cinematic frame, which is perfect anytime you want to turn quick motion notes into striking visual concepts. Okay, that's 10 real-world ways NanoBanana 2 can either save you money or literally help you make it. But it's not the only new model that just dropped, so let's throw another 5 practical use cases, but turn them into a mini showdown against GPT, Grok 4.2, and Seedream 5.0 inside CapCut, and see which one you should actually use in 2026. First, I test each model on text creation with a Little Prince theme scene, where ink from a fountain pen turns into handwritten lines, and those lines morph into tiny characters and moments from the story on the page. All of them actually nail the text and keep the words readable. But NanoBanana 2 does the best job capturing the little print's drawing style, while the others feel a bit off in how they render the character and overall illustration vibe. Next, I move on to a luxury product shot test. I upload a real product photo as a reference and ask each model to turn it into a high-end skincare ad. A translucent green bottle floating in calm water, surrounded by white lotus flowers with soft commercial-style lighting. NanoBanana 2 gives the most natural-looking result while keeping the original product design, but Grok actually fails the reference task here by changing the design on the bottle. Then I push them with a Portgas Ace 3D model test, a manga panel printed on an open book with a resin figure bursting out of the page in front of a warm library background. NanoBanana 2 and GPT not only look the most like real figures you could actually buy, they also keep Ace's design closest to what I described, while Grok gets the outfit wrong, and Seedream actually switches the character completely and turns him into Luffy instead of Ace. After that, I turn it into a full product infographic challenge, an exploded electric sports car with clean labels pointing to each major component like the battery pack, motors, wiring harness, and chassis parts. NanoBanana 2 is clearly the best here because it keeps the layout readable and the labels correctly attached to the right parts. GPT and Grok don't generate any labels at all and just give you nice, exploded renders, while Seedream does add labels but pointing to the wrong place, and the exploded effect itself looks much less clean and structured. To finish, I test how well they handle identity and reference images. I upload a portrait and ask each model to keep the face exactly the same, but turn it into a cinematic double exposure poster with the silhouette filled by a destroyed city at golden hour behind the woman. All four actually do a solid job here. They keep the face recognizable and pull off the dramatic poster vibe. If you want to try NanoBanana 2 yourself, it's already the default image model inside the Gemini app and in Google Search's AI mode, and you can also use it through Flow and Google Ads if you're doing campaigns. Power users and developers can access it via the Gemini API in Google AI Studio or Vertex AI, and I'll leave links below so you can jump straight in. For now, I'll leave the final verdict to you. Use those tools to set up your own battles between these models. Then tell me in the comments which one feels strongest so far, or share the wildest use cases you're getting out of them. This is What's Next AI. See you in the next one.